in relation to removing religious cause or religious motivation from the definition of a terrorist attack in section 100.1 of the Criminal Code?
Thank you for the question, Senator. I have written an extensive submission to the INSLM detailing that, and I feel the problem that we face is that the Muslim community itself understands the actions by individuals who are committing an act in terror as not to be from the religion, but ideological and fringe elements. But wider society sees and hears Muslims recite, God's name or Allahu Akbar and assume that to be religion. So from the Muslim community's perspective, it is not religious. These are actually fringe ideological movements. And from the wider society, they only interpret that to be religious. And my submission tries to go some way to explain why these acts are not indeed religious acts.
So you would be supportive of removing it from the Criminal Code?
I would be, as my recommendation to the INSLM submission indicates, I would advocate that religious actions and motives would be removed from the definition and instead place politics or ideology.
Okay, thank you. Now, you often, or do you often report or meet with the Prime Minister, and in what forms?
Sure. So I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, I have met the Prime Minister 2 or 3 times. The first time I met was, I think, in December or early January, and that was to provide him with a high-level review of my findings from my 6-week engagements across Australia. The second time I met the Prime Minister was just prior on the day of the launch of the recommendation. So 2 times I met the Prime Minister.
Okay. And do you meet or report often to the Minister for Home Affairs?
No, not necessarily. I had met with the Minister perhaps once. I think it was the Ramadan of last year during the month. I think that was the only one time in which we actually had a face-to-face meeting. Other than that, I may have spoken to him on the phone once or twice, and if there was anything that I needed, I would reach out to the Minister for assistance.
Okay, sorry, and just to clarify, that was a meeting at Ramadan, so at an event, was it? Is that?
No, it was during the month of Ramadan.
Oh, during Ramadan. Okay, yeah. Thank you.
It was again trying to catch up with the Minister just to share some insights that I've gleaned over the last few months in a row.
Excellent, thank you. And you were appointed, as you said in your opening statement, on the 14th of October 2024 for a period of 3 years. What are your annual deliverables for each year in that period of your appointment?
So I've just released my annual report, which I'm happy to share with the senators, which details the activities that I have done. My aims and ambition really is 4 areas. It really is continuously engaging with Muslim communities to build trust and transparency, which has been almost exclusively what I've done in the first year, raising public awareness about Islamophobia and the impacts of Islamophobia, was writing the recommendations, but also working on a strategy to combat Islamophobia and then establishing my office. Moving forward, some of those integrals will remain, but it would be really focused upon challenging misconceptions about Australian Muslims, clarifying those misconceptions, working with the government to ensure that the 54 recommendations are implemented. But also, there's a number of initiatives and projects in my office that I will be announcing around about the 15th of March that will see me out for the next 2 years.
Okay. So are you largely setting that direction yourself?
Yeah, so good question, Senator. So that strategy has arisen from a national listening tour that I undertook. And I made a commitment to all the different Muslim communities that I engaged that I would take on board their concerns and the challenges that they feel are paramount, the priorities. And so those concerns and challenges form the basis or form the heart of my recommendations. And I identified 3 areas in which my office will be continuing to work. So the first area will be looking at policy scrutiny and reform. The second will be education and awareness. and the third will be looking at media responsibility and accountability. So my office moving forward will work within those three areas, and that remit was given to me by the Muslim communities across Australia.
Okay. Have you had any feedback or input from either the Minister of Home Affairs or the Prime Minister on where you're headed?
No. The only opportunity I gave was really explaining my findings, and I made a representation to the Minister for Multiculturalism maybe a few weeks ago, outlining the strategy. The strategy also was made public. It's available on my Instagram account. And it was also a strategy that I revealed at the end of July at the Parliament House. So the ministers and the senators that were present on those 2 days, I explained to them what my focus will be. It's not a mystery or not a secret.
No.
It's actually quite very public.
No, I just mean whether government has had any input into it, but it sounds like it's just really been driven by you.
It's been driven based upon the feedback and insight from communities across Australia.
Fantastic, thank you.